Number 8, God first, all else second. This comes from Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 to 18. I'm going to read just a few selections from this passage, but this is the story of when God asked Abraham to take his son, Isaac, who's 12 years old, and offer him up as a sacrifice. And at the last moment, God stops his hand, and Isaac is saved, and a ram is sacrificed in his place. The place where this happened was Mount Moriah, a place which would later be where the temple was built, and later near where Jesus died. Don't lay a hand on the boy, the angel said. Do not hurt him in any way, for now I know that you truly fear God. You've not withheld from me even your son, your only son. And that phrase, I just have to interrupt the reading to say, it certainly sounds like God's son, God's only son, who actually went through and gave his life for us in the very near proximity to this place. But the angel went on to say, because you have obeyed me and have not withheld even your son, your only son, I swear by my own name that I will certainly bless you. I will multiply your descendants beyond number, like the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will conquer the cities of their enemies, and through your descendants all the nations of the earth will be blessed, all because you have obeyed me. You know, sometimes you hear people say, and with good intention, God first, family second, and ministry or work or profession, vocation, that comes third. Though it's well-intentioned, this is not biblical. The biblical story is simply this: God first, period. Everything else, you have to listen to God. You have to hear and obey. And at times you make sacrifices, you relinquish a promotion in your workplace because your family needs you more at home at that time. At other times, as a family, you choose to make a sacrifice to accomplish some task that is needful. But you don't make an idol of either family or of ministry work, your vocation. Both were given by God to Adam in Genesis 2. God gave Adam a job, actually gave him two jobs. One, to tend the garden. That's a production job, an agricultural gardening job. He also gave him a scientific research job to name the animals, to classify them and give them the appropriate nomenclature. So he was actually given two jobs, and then in the process of doing that, it became apparent that he needed help. And so God also gave him a wife. All of this is before the fall. And all needed to be yielded to God. God is the giver of the vocation. God is the giver of the spouse. And everything we do is yielded in obedience to him. When we set our hearts to hear and obey God, we know when to focus on family and when to prioritize ministry. God will lead you as you listen to him.